Welcome to this Mantium tutorial on how to conduct sentiment analysis on Amazon Alexa reviews with Mantium. So in this tutorial, you learn how to import data using Mantium CSV data source, and then you learn how to perform sentiment analysis using Mantium transform. For this tutorial, we're going to work with the Amazon Alexa review dataset that was gotten from Cargo, and I'll leave the link in the description below for you to download and follow along with this tutorial. I'll also leave the link to this tutorial in the description below, and you can read and also follow along with that. I'll navigate to Mantium, and in Mantium, the first thing I'll do is navigate to data sources, and here I'll connect to the CSV data source. So click on add a data source, and as you can see, we have a number of data sources. We have documentations and tutorials on how to work with each data source. And for this tutorial, we're going to work with the CSV, which is a file upload data source, and I'll give it a name. Let's give it a name for Amazon Alexa reviews. Click on save and test, and that would save, and we can easily upload the CSV file onto Mantium. So to do that, navigate to files. So I have my Amazon Alexa CSV file here. I'll click on upload, and that should upload the CSV file to Mantium. And I'll click on the finish and sync button to start the synchronization job. If you click on finish, you can click on manual sync to start the synchronization job. And while we wait for this to get completed, after this, we're going to create data set. Okay, that's done. So the next thing is to click on create custom data set. So we could also still give it the same name, which is to recognize our data set amongst all the data set that you have in the account. Notice that Mantium has automatically recognized where your data is coming from, which is the CSV data source or CSV data connector. Click on save to create data set from this data source. And after the data set creation, we are going to apply transformation to be able to generate sentiment from this Amazon Alexa dataset that we have. Now that that's done, notice that we have a couple of columns here. We have the ratings, we have the date, we have the variation, and we have verified reviews, and we also have the feedback. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to work with the verified reviews, and I'm going to use the generate text transform to be able to generate sentiment analysis using the large language model to be able to perform sentiment analysis on this. So I'll search for generate text. Again, we have detailed documentation that will take you through how each transformation works or each transforms work. So you can also read the documentation here to learn about the parameters and how to work with the parameters that we have for this particular transform. I'll head over to configuration, and I will provide the parameters. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to leave the destination column at manipulated text, or you could just change it to sentiment results. You can really provide anything for that column, and they're going to select your large language model, which is the GPT 3.5, that will take each reviews and then categorize them and perform sentiment on them. So I'm going to select the credential ID, which is the OpenAI API key. And if you don't know how to connect or set this up, I'll leave a link in the description below for you to follow along and easily set up your OpenAI connector in Mantium. For the string template is actually the prompt that would guide the large language model on how to perform the sentiment. So for this tutorial, I'll provide generate either positive or negative by determining sentiment of these reviews. Generates negative or positive. We can also have mixed sentiment for both negative and positive. So I'll provide the column that the large language model is going to work with, and that's the verified reviews column. To complete and get the job creation process started, I'll click on save and run transform. So the job is done, and if you take a look at the sentiment results, you see we have mixed sentiment, we have positive sentiment because looks great, love it, positive sentiment. There you have it. We've been able to work with the generate text transform to be able to generate sentiment from verified review. In this tutorial, we're able to learn how to import data using the CSV data source and perform sentiment analysis on that. If you need any help working through any use case, scan this barcode to join us over at Discord, where I'll be available to answer your questions and provide more guidelines. Catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.